Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. I am Rukmani from Punvidyashram. I welcome you all to the next session of our English class. In today's session, we are going to read and discuss a new poem from our English reader. The name of the poem is How Pleasant to Know Mr. Lear, written by the famous author Edward Lear. Now let us know about the author. The British poet and painter known for his absurd wit, Edward Lear, was born on 12th May 1812. Edward Lear was an English artist, illustrator, author and poet renowned today primarily for his literary nonsense in poetry and prose, and especially his limericks, a form that he popularized. Limerick is a 5-line cute poem with a distinctive rhythm. He was born into a middle-class family in the village of Holloway, London, as the 21st child of Anne and Jeremiah Lear. He was raised by his eldest sister, also named Anne, 21 years his senior. Anne doted on Lear and continued to mother him until her death, when Lear was almost 50 years of age. Due to the family's failing financial fortune, at age 4, he and his sister had to leave the family home and set up house together. His father, a stockbroker of Danish origin, was sent to Debtors' prison when Lear was 13, and the young Lear was forced to earn a living. Edward began his career as an artist at the age of 15. Lear quickly gained recognition for his work, and in 1832 was hired by the London Zoological Society to execute illustrations of birds. In the same year, the Earl of Derby invited Lear to reside at his estate. Although the subject and form of his works varies greatly, all of Lear's poems can be characterized by his irreverent view of the world. Lear poked fun at everything, including himself, in by way of preface. Many critics view Lear's devotion to the ridiculous as a method for dealing with or undermining the all-pervasive orderliness and industriousness of Victorian society. Regardless of impetus, the humor of Lear's poems has proved irrefutably timeless. He died on January 29, 1888 at the age of 76. Before reading the content of the poem, so let us know some information about the poem. A very popular interpretation of How Pleasant to Know Mr. Lear is that it is autobiographical, drawing heavily from the poet's life. In fact, Edward Lear himself called this piece of his self-portrait of the laureate of nonsense. Just like the Mr. Lear in the poem, even the poet had an oversized beard and a big nose. It seems that Mr. Lear has exaggerated the imperfections of his face, body and appearance for comical appeal. Edward Lear used to travel extensively to strange lands. This poem makes reference to his foreigner identity by portraying Mr. Lear as an Englishman who is found strange by people from a different country. It is interesting to note that the poet portrays himself in a strange light throughout the poem, calling him ill-tempered and queer, and providing absurd details about himself. So this makes one wonder how much of this literary self-portrait is informed by Edward Lear's perception of himself. Before reading the content, let us know the structure of this poem. So this poem is divided into 8 stanzas of 4 lines each. The poem follows the rhyme scheme of AB, AB, which makes the poem read like a song. Now, let me read the content of the poem. Stanza 1. How pleasant to know Mr. Lear, who has written such volumes of stuff. Some think him ill-tempered and queer, but a few find him pleasant enough. The poem begins with poet Edward Lear introducing us to a strange character, Mr. Lear, a writer who has penned volumes of interesting works. He is received rather differently by people. Some who meet him think of him as a weird man with temper problems. However, there are a few who find him to be quite pleasant. The poet seems to belong to the latter. However, his positive views on Mr. Lear are constantly interspersed with his negative opinions. His mind is concrete and fastidious. His nose is remarkably big. His visage is more or less hideous. His beard, it resembles a wig. In this stanza, the author says that Mr. Lear has a mind that is solid and sharp, never missing anything that goes around him. However, this wonderful mind is matched with an unattractive appearance, made absurd by an abnormally big nose on a rather ugly face. The hideousness of his appearance makes it more noticeable further by his wig-like beard. Now stanza 3. He has ears and 2 eyes and 10 fingers, leastways if you reckon 2 thumbs. He used to be one of the singers, but now he is one of the dumbs. In this stanza, the author says that despite a hideous face, Mr. Lear is not entirely odd. He has, like everyone else, ears, 2 eyes, and 10 fingers, including his 2 thumbs. The poet now reveals that Mr. Lear used to be a singer once upon a time. However, after his singing career got over, he has nothing particular making him stand out of the dumb crowd. He has many friends, laymen and clerical. Old Foss is the name of his cat. His body is perfectly spherical. He wears a runcible hat. So this stanza says that Mr. Lear has many friends from diverse backgrounds, including both laymen and important people. And apart from his friends, he is given company by his cat named Old Foss. Then the poet goes on to talk about his subject's body, mentioning that it is in the shape of a perfect sphere. Additionally, Mr. Lear also wears a hat of a very odd, unidentifiable shape. The word runcible is a nonsense word coined by Edward Lear, vaguely meaning a table utensil of indefinite form. So probably Mr. Lear's hat resembled a strange-looking table utensil. Stanza 5. He weeps by the side of the ocean. He weeps on the top of the hill. He purchases pancakes and lotion and chocolate shrimps from the mill. In this stanza, the poet reveals the melancholy side of Mr. Lear's personality and life. He cries all by himself by the side of the ocean and atop hills, releasing the pain he carries in his heart. But then Mr. Lear also tries to lift his spirits by treating himself to pancakes and chocolate shrimps and buying body lotion to pamper himself. He reads, but he does not speak Spanish. He cannot abide ginger beer. The days of his pilgrimage vanish. How pleasant to know Mr. Lear. This stanza says that Mr. Lear reads but cannot converse in the language Spanish. He has no tolerance for ginger beer and finds it repulsive. The poet ends the poem by saying that before Mr. Lear moves away to some other place, on one of the many pilgrimages of life he keeps embarking on, he would like to add that it is his pleasure having met and known an interesting character like Mr. Lear. Now let us see the central idea of this poem. The central idea of this poem, How Pleasant to Know Mr. Lear, focuses on Mr. Lear's strangeness that makes him both a lovable and a weird character. Mr. Lear's strangeness comes a great deal from his hideous appearance. He has a rather ugly face with an abnormally big nose and an oversized beard. He has a strange looking, perfectly spherical body and wears an odd hat. However, there is a heartrending melancholy side to his personality and life, which makes this strange character endearing to the readers. It is clear from the description provided by the poet that Mr. Lear is a misfit, but his out of the box character traits make him lovable to some despite repulsing a few. The conflicting attitude that the poet has towards Mr. Lear, citing both his positives and negatives, shapes the reader's perception of this ambiguous character. So we have come to the end of the session. Thank you, students. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.